So I'm not recording this in my classroom with my students because we're not allowed to record them. There are some that can't be recorded. They've signed sheets, and I didn't want to take that chance. So I'm just going over what I taught in the lesson here at home. So once again, we were moving on with our collection of data. So we reviewed, I reminded them that we had collected data yesterday and talked about what that word meant. Reminded them that it means gathering information and then being able to easily use that information to answer questions. And then today our lesson is really focusing on being able to compare data and using the words how much more and how many more and how many less. And so once again, I had the students, we did a group graphing exercise with their favorite fruits. So I had created a graph with 3 fruits, strawberries, watermelons, and apples, and then asked them to place their post-it under the fruit of their choice. During this time we talked about making sure, just like when we're measuring, that we have the endpoints of each post-it touching with no gaps and lined up so that we could easily look at the data that we were collecting. After we looked at that data, then that is when I then really focused on our academic language of how many more and how many less, and the word difference. Because I thought this was a little difficult with the words more and less, and so often the kids are used to more being addition and less being subtraction, and actually for this they're both subtraction because we're finding a difference. I created an anchor chart for them to look at, and I can post that little video of me showing the anchor chart along with this video. But on the anchor chart, I had separated it into subtraction and addition, and then words that you might find that mean subtraction and words that you might find that mean addition. And I included the symbols minus and plus just to make sure that they knew subtraction and addition. And so we really focused on our words more than and less than, and difference, so that they would know that when you're finding how many more or how many less, you're finding the difference between the two, or you're subtracting. We then, after we had done this as a group, they then went back to their seats and they could work with a partner or independently to answer again, look at data that the book had actually collected for them, and then answer those how many more, how many less questions, and also questions about the total number. This wasn't as hard for them. The total number wasn't as hard for them because they're used to finding the total. We've done that quite a bit. So we really focused on that how much more, how much less, and difference. Those were the new academic vocabulary for this lesson. I think the anchor chart really helped them. I had quite a few students that would go up, or I would even have them come up and touch the words to find that one, and then be able to go back and answer those questions. The next day, in the morning, we did an exit ticket based on this lesson after they'd done it independently or with a partner in class, and then they also did homework with it. And I just wanted to see how much they retained the next day, so we did an exit ticket that again had some data collected, and then the students had to answer a question about how much more, how much less, and then a total number of students asked the question. I think that students were very successful with it. Their exit tickets showed that they had some understanding. Again, when they were doing the exit ticket, I had a few students that had to actually physically come up, touch the chart to remember what the words were, but I think that was a good way to help them remember that academic